What is up, everybody? I'm Robert Wykowski Jr., and we are back for another video, which means that the Detroit Lions are back in action. They take on the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field this upcoming Sunday for Week 2 of the NFL regular season. We're going to break it down here real quick, looking at team history and things to watch out for, keys to the game for both teams, and ending with my prediction. So if you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. We are 2 away from 50 subscribers. Also, make sure you guys smash the like button. We hit 21 likes on last week's video, so let's see if we can do it again. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, so kicking things off by looking at the Detroit Lions Green Bay Packers last matchup. It took place on December 29th of 2019. Mason Crosby's 33-yard field goal as time expired lifted the Packers to that victory over Detroit that ultimately earned them the number 2 seed in the NFC and a first-round bye in the playoffs. The all-time matchup has currently consisted of 181 games, where the Packers hold the edge over the Lions with a 102, 72, and 7 record. All right, so now we're going to jump in on just a couple things to watch out for between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Kicking things off with the Detroit Lions, who's going to step up and take on Davante Adams? Besides losing Jeff Okudah to a hamstring injury a week ago, the Lions also lost Justin Coleman and Desmond Trufant, both also sustaining hamstring injuries against the Bears. Coleman has been placed on IR, while Trufant is currently questionable, and Okudah has practiced a little bit more, so there are some things to look out for as Okudah and Trufant both could be playing. They might not see a lot of time because of hamstring injuries, but we're going to see a lot of those kind of similar injuries as the season progresses because we weren't able to watch any preseason games, so the guys weren't able to kind of adjust. But with that being said, the Lions are looking to add depth in the secondary by working out former first-round pick Prince Amukamara. Amukamara is currently the biggest name available in free agency. He has 477 career tackles, 10 interceptions, and 80 pass deflections since being drafted by the New York Giants in 2011. So if the Lions are looking to add a little bit more depth, he should be the signing that the Lions try to pursue. You can never go wrong with having too many members of the secondary just because they can often sustain injuries such as hamstrings or ankles or groins, or any sort of lower body injury is more common in second string players just because of their twist of the hips, the way that they have to play. So seeing how that kind of pays out is going to be huge for the Lions. Looking at the offensive side of the ball, can the running game continue to find success in Week 2? As a team, the Lions rushed for 138 total yards on 29 carries. However, Adrian Peterson led the team with 93 rushing yards. If you break it down with how many carries he had, it's an average of 6.6 yards per carry. Now shifting your focus over to the Green Bay Packers, and Valdes-Scantling continue to make his case as Aaron Rodgers' number 2 receiver behind Davante Adams, especially with an injury-riddled Lions secondary. Valdes-Scantling had 96 yards on 4 receptions against Minnesota. However, his day could have been a lot bigger if not for a pair of critical drops. That might be a negative, but there are a lot of positives to Valdes-Scantling's game. He has quick turns with his breaks, and he's good at looking back to the quarterback on his first break of a double move to bait defenders downhill so he can sprint past. You do often see him lining up on the outside, so that outside threat between Valdes-Scantling and Davante Adams is going to be huge for the Green Bay Packers come Sunday, especially, like I said, there are a lot of injuries in the Lions secondary. Also, for the Green Bay Packers, can the defensive line force pressure, hurries, and also get sacks on Matthew Stafford? Chicago's star-powered defense kind of struggled to do this on Sunday as they only were able to record 1 sack in 5 quarterback hurries. However, Zadarius Smith kind of picked up where he left off last season and was able to record not only a sack, but was able to get pressure on Kirk Cousins 3 times. The Packers did lose, however, starting defensive tackle Kenny Clark, who is currently questionable for Sunday's contest against Detroit. Now, this is huge not only for getting pressure and getting sacks on Matthew Stafford, but it's also huge for the Lions, as without Kenny Clark, they should be able to bust through the gaps a little bit more in the run game because there isn't that big body there to kind of anchor that defensive line. All right, so just looking at a couple keys to the game for the Detroit Lions. Involve the running backs in the passing game early. Out of the 297 passing yards Stafford was accounted for, only 36 of those yards went to running backs. Adrian Peterson had 3 receptions for 36 yards, and DeAndre Swift had 3 receptions for 15 yards. Also, something to look out for is the Lions need to force Aaron Rodgers to target unpreferred receivers. Outside of Adams last week against Minnesota, Lazard only had 4 targets. Valdez-Scantling had 6. All 3 tight ends only had a total of 4, and running backs had a total of 10. That's something to watch out for as well, but with injury-riddled secondary, it's going to be a lot harder to force Aaron Rodgers to kind of look at other wide receivers besides Davante Adams. As for the Green Bay Packers, find the weakness in the secondary. When Trufant left the game, Trubisky went 9 for 11 for 92 yards and 3 touchdowns. With that being said, the Lions highly relied on the play of veterans Tony McRae and Darryl Roberts, which ultimately hurt them as McRae gave up 59 yards and 2 touchdowns on only 4 receptions for the Bears. Then they also should be feeding Aaron Jones early. The Lions gave up 149 rushing yards against Chicago. Detroit has had issues lining up with running backs in the past and continue to show signs of struggle in week 1. With Jones's ability to be effective in the passing game and running game, it would be ideal to feed him early and frequently, especially against a Lions defense that's riddled with injuries. Alright, so we're going to wrap things up on the afternoon by giving you guys my prediction for Week 2's Sunday contest between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. It is at Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers had one heck of a game against the Minnesota Vikings. Davante Adams tore up the Vikings secondary. Aaron Jones had a good game. There was a lot of pieces that succeeded last Sunday that I think they're just going to be able to build off that and generate enough momentum that they're going to defeat the Lions by a score of 35-24. If you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on bell notifications so you're up to date when my content releases each and every week. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.